So not only are we uniquely designed to destroy ourselves precisely because of who is leading us in this moment, Donald Trump, which is why it's only fitting that he gets it himself. Like, I don't apologize for that. I don't care less. But we're also just because of the nature of American politics, man, like it's a badge of honor to be stupid. It is a badge of honor to be stupid. You've got restaurants that were open yesterday against their orders for Mother's Day because it was just so important. It's so important for everybody to just go out and be amongst people during this pandemic for Mother's Day. You know, okay, I get Mother's Day is important, but you know what's more a better display of love and compassion for your mother is to not get her sick. But it is a badge of honor. Some of these companies are opening up and saying if you social distance, you can't come into their restaurant. Well, but I wasn't coming in there in the first place. But that just shows the height of the height of the arrogance and the stupidity of American politics. But it's not just the individual businesses and the conservatives and it's not just the stupid side of America, the outright ignorant side of America that's going to get a lot of people killed. It's also the people who fancy themselves to be smart, or they fancy themselves to be at least pay attention and believe scientists. Most everything I've said so far has been easily laid at the feet of Donald Trump and conservatives, but Democrats have some culpability in this as well. Democrats are currently trying to figure out how in the world they are going to be able to get a second round of stimulus to the people without, or rather, let me rephrase that. They are more concerned about the possibility of someone who's getting enhanced unemployment insurance, $600 a week, from getting that on top of the stimulus. Let me read you this little section from Axios.com. House leadership is also working on narrowing down the guidelines for how these funds are allocated to ensure that people aren't, quote unquote, double dipping into the different pots of money. A senior Democratic aide told Axios, for example, they do not want someone who is receiving more unemployment money to also receive another stimulus check and other benefits. We're trying, quote, this is a direct quote, we're trying to limit the amount of overlap so people aren't abusing the system, the aide said. So anyway, I just took a little break to tweet about this because this is absolutely this is an element. Before I go off on my little tirade, this is an element that will actually get people killed, just like Donald Trump is getting people killed, because without these dollars that they're holding up because they're afraid poor people are going to double dip. God forbid a person who's getting unemployment is going to also get a stimulus package. OK, God forbid people who are literally the backbone of this goddamn country actually have some money left over at the end of the month, as compared to corporations who are getting trillions of dollars. You know, I mean, literally, they're considering bailing out the healthcare industry, and they're considering bailing out lobbyists. And here the House leadership, Democrats, Nancy Pelosi and her gang, are concerned with people double dipping to the tune of about what, $2,400, like $3,600 in a month. That's what they're concerned about. So, I mean, instead, what they're doing is they're holding up the entire process, and people are literally in a situation where they have to consider going out and doing whatever they can to survive because they don't have any money. That's where we are. So the Democrats are more concerned with means testing to make sure that, God forbid, somebody actually gets some money from the government, a little bit more than what they're comfortable giving us. A little bit more than what Nancy Pelosi, who was worth, 40, 50 million, I don't know how much she's worth, but she's one of the richest people in Congress. And God forbid somebody gets like $3,600 in a single month from this government. So anyway, I got a contact of mine, a connection of mine who is, connected in the DC scene, the political scene. They told me that I had been blacklisted, and that anybody who works with me, I think I mentioned this on the show before, anybody who works with me is going to be blacklisted also because I, quote unquote, attack Democrats. How the hell Am I supposed to see the type of bullshit coming from the Democratic Party and not call them out? I'm not good at that game. I'm sorry. If you need somebody who's going to be able to criticize Donald Trump and never say anything about the Democratic Party, even when they are decidedly wrong, even when they are nefariously wrong, even when they give trillions of dollars to Wall Street, but don't want to give you $3,600, don't want to, they will hold up the entire process to make sure that you don't get $3,600 in a month. How the hell can we not call that out when that is a contributing factor to the decline, to the death and destruction around us? People are going, there are a faction of people who are going back into this pandemic because they need to make money. Okay? Because they don't have a way to pay their bills because the government has decided to not bail out the people. There's two groups of people who are out there. They're the business owners who are out there on the conservative side of the equation because they're like, we got to make money. They're probably fine. They probably have enough savings to survive this. They probably have enough capital gains to survive this. They don't really need to open up. But there's the other side of the equation, people who legitimately don't have any money right now because they don't have work and because the government has decided not to provide for them. The idiocy of Donald Trump and the Republican Party is that they will do anything to keep the people out there in this vicious cycle in order to keep the profit margins going for the business owners. For the Democrats, it's the same thing, except they're hiding it by saying, oh, we want to make sure people don't double dip. Double dip? You just gave away $4.5 trillion to Wall Street. And you're worried about people getting $3,000, maybe $4,000 in a month. People who lost their jobs, unemployment, unemployment only lasts for like 4 months. So God forbid they actually will be in a position where they have the ability to save some money for the times when they won't have any. Both sides of the equation, they are uniquely fit to get us destroyed. I'm sorry, Democrats and Republicans, there is a complete abdication of leadership in this moment, and we have no opposition against Donald Trump. And what Nancy Pelosi and them are putting their energy behind is making sure that you don't double dip, instead of putting their energy behind stopping Donald Trump's madness from getting another 80,000 people killed.